And welcome back to the finish line. Proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets, the home of the money back specials.
I have a surprise for the both of you.
What?
Yeah.
This is news to me now, right now, Tom. I have no idea what's going on here.
Are you ready?
No.
Something's stupid now, isn't it?
This is a gift.
Party poppers.
This is a gift from a fan of the show.
Oh
no.
shit.
This never ends well.
I'm trying to think what's the worst case scenario right now.
Yeah.
Good now.
What the fuck? He's going to kill us live on air or something.
Any time, Dave, would be fine.
You ready?
I like that!
Yes! I like that!
Oh, he's so staying here.
Christmas dinosaur.
No. There we go. Dino Dave. No, here. There.
Where's the camera?
There.
Look at that fucking thing!
Dino Dave, Christmas edition. Oh, he's not going anywhere.
How good is that?
Wait now. What way did we put him? We put him there. Look at that. We have to give him a name. We're going to say we give him a name. That's Dino Dave.
It's Dino Dave.
I know that.
Dino Dave. Yes, boy. Who gave you that?
Putty.
Of course you did.
Fair play.
It's nice. Nice start to the Christmas period. Anywho, we are here and we're going to talk about the Breeders' Cup. We are only taking the main turf race that have English and Irish horses on. We're not bothered with this dirt crap before anyone starts going on. How can you only go? Dino Dave's had to put me off.
He's great, isn't he? Though?
That's karma for not doing the classic.
No.
How can you only do half of the races and not cover the Breeders' Cup Classic?
It's a load of bollocks.
I'll show you how. We're not doing it. That's how.
I'm not the one you want to do.
We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4 races from the Breeders' Cup, which are the main turf races on the Saturday. We have the return of Goshen at Wincanton. Then we've 2 races at Aintree, 1 at Naas, and then 2 on Sunday from Navan. It's a lot of races. What am I doing?
It's a lot of races. But sure, look.
And we have moved our Cheltenham Festival anti-post video for this week to next week because we have something to do later on. We don't really.
Screwed me on this, by the way, as well, because
how
my next selection is 8 to 15 for a race at the weekend.
Do you want to give it?
Yeah, Brave Man's Game for the festival novice race.
Formerly the
RSA.
See, the one time I have to edit, he just says stupid things that gets us in trouble.
Yeah. That's no. The new Denman.
Yeah.
He is the new Denman, lads.
The new Denman. Poor horse. Anyhow. So Tom's 4. I have to update this now on the website. Tom's 7th pick, 6th or 7th pick is Brave Man's Game. What price is he? I'm going to guess 10s. No, he's a high horse. 6s.
I did put him up, by the way, at like 20s on the show straight after the festival.
Turn on him now.
No. Not while this crap selection is being given out. He said he's done. He's not.
Dino Dave is having none of this.
He's turned himself off. He's not listening.
He is 14-1. Boom. Love a bit of that.
Value.
Yeah.
He's back. Dino's back. Sit. Stay. Good dinosaur. Oh, what's going on? Anyway, we may as well start with the racing.
Arms.
He's like a man in a scary movie.
Yeah.
Hey, my good hand.
Strong hand.
Actually,
let's do this.
Anyway, Delmar 740. The Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint over 5 furlongs. Again, these are an average price, so I don't know. You might get bigger, you might get shorter. But Golden Pal is currently 5-2 favourites. We've Emirati Anna at 6s, KCU at 8s, Gear Jockey at 8s. Great name. Kamari at 8s, Glass Slippers at 9, Lieutenant Dan at 9s, and 10-1 bigger the rest. Glass Slippers fan club, will she do back-to-back?
And Golden Pal will go off like the rocket is up his hole, and Glass Slippers get towed into the race in along the rail, and we'll do back-to-back. I think our whole season has been geared around going back-to-back in the Breeders' Cup. Easy.
Okay. Tom, can you elaborate?
I'm actually taking her on, and I'm taking her on with a horse that I threw in and said might have an odd chance in a race to beat Starman, and indeed she did, and that's Emma Yakiana. She's just flipped the switch, really, the last few runs. She had 2 bad runs this year, and then she's turned into a Group 1 horse out of nowhere, really. I think this will suit her. 5 furlongs will suit her, run at a good pace. She's pretty consistent once you ignore a couple of her runs, and that is literally just a couple of her runs. So, yeah, I'm sure Kevin Ryan's not bringing her over there for the fun of it, and I think she's got a hell of a chance, really.
I have to agree with Tom. Emma Yakiana, to me, is up there with the best form after beating Starman the last time. Last win has been on good to firm ground. It's going to be good to firm at America. So she'll have no problem on the ground. As Tom said, she's had to turn herself inside out in the last 3 runs. Sprinters like this, you kind of want to keep on the right side of once they start winning, and it's finally clicked for the rest of the season. It's a horse that you kind of want to latch onto. Golden Palace, Dave said, he'll go off like the clappers around his lovely Delmar bends and probably die a slow death. KCU needs a month worth of rain in the next 2 days to have any chance of winning this. Kamari, I think, is big enough at 8-1. Glass Slippers has our chances, the defending champion, as they probably geared around this all season. I think it's between Emiratiana and Glass Slippers. I think Golden Powell will set it up for any closers. And there's always a hell of a lot of pace in these things. But if you're drawn, I'd say 7 upwards, you're fighting a losing battle already, especially the sprint races around here. But yeah, I think Emiratiana 6-1 is a fair price. I'd 100% take on Golden Pal, and I think Glass Slippers is a lot bigger than she should be. So I reckon come today she'll be a lot shorter. But yeah, I agree with Thomas. Emma Yakiana at 6-1 to take the Breeders' Cup Thor Sprint. Right, we are moving on to the 8:59, 1 minute before Dave's bedtime. So he'll get this in before he goes to bed. People think I'm lying. You just go to bed really early.
Yeah. It's long days.
I know, but anyway, this is the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf over 1 mile 3 furlongs. Love is 7-2. Warlike Goddess is 7-2. Love's Only You 9-2. Adaria is 11-2. What's that? Raya. Rougier 13-2. Fucking French names. Going to Vegas 16s and 20-1. Big RS. It kills me to say, but I think Love is going to win. I think the draw is after killing Odera's chances. People probably look into it too much and draws, but I think around tight tracks like Delmar's a tight old track, she'll do well to win from 12. Tom, your thoughts?
Okay, hands up. I was looking at something else to do with a case of you. What race are we on?
Wow.
And I will prove to you now how much I've looked
So
at.
we are now taking applications for Tom's replacement.
Wow.
And what I was just admiring, actually, was Hollywood Bet's advertisement on a certain irishracing.com. A lovely big banner across the top there. Looks very good, Hollywood Bets.
We're going there. We're on Oddschecker now as well.
Are you really?
Yep. Somewhere.
Where?
I'll tell you now.
Anyway, what race are we on? Because I have all my selection.
8:59.
The 8:59.
I think Love is actually going to win. I think
no chance.
Daria's draws out killing her.
Warlike Goddess. Absolute weapon of a horse, this thing. Only beaten.
How do you know that? like, what are you talking about?
I watched some of its runs
next
today.
Running around some
America.
yak track in America by New York.
There we are. Look at that.
Ah, a weapon.
Look, we're on Naas checker.
Go on, go give us a rundown of our form, Tom.
So her form, right, is this. She got beaten on her debut in a grade 3. She came out and won a grade 3 by a nose the next day at Gulfstream. Then she went to Keeneland, won another grade 3 over a mile 4. Bolted up that day by 3 1/4 lengths, right? They gave her a lovely little break, brought her back. She beat a horse called My Sister Nat, who I've actually heard of because its name is Nat, and obviously my mate is called Nat, and has good previous form, that horse, solid yardstick. Absolutely battered that. And then she came out in a grade 1, the Flower Bowl Stakes, Dave, at Saratoga for 4-year-old and up fillies and mares, a mile 3 on firm ground on the inner turf course, and absolutely shit them again by 2 1/4 lengths.
He makes it sound so good now, fairness.
A weapon of you. There you go.
Oh,
thing
hold it up and odds
Wednesday.
with 2 to 5.
She's completely unexposed. Love for me is gone at the game. I don't want anything to do with Love. And yeah, I'd take her. I'd look for the American horses for this. Odera has been a bit disappointing this year after looking very good. And to be honest, I think Warlike Goddess, she's had another little break before she comes into this. And she looks the best of the Americans for me. The Japanese horse can't even win in Japan sometimes. It gets beat over there the whole time. Has got a good form behind Mishrif at Maidan, but, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't be jumping into that one too soon. And this was the other thing. William Mott, the trainer, 3 winners from his last 12 runners, 25% strike rate, and only 4 or 5 of those have been unplaced. He's had another load of placed horses, so he's in really good form. Julian Lepper, who rides, stall 7, lovely spot, wins.
What website you're reading this off of?
No, I told you that's why I knew I wouldn't get caught out when I didn't know what race we were on, because I looked at these in depth today. How would you fancy Love, though, on this year's form? Like, do you not think she just isn't the horse she was anymore?
She'll have drugs.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, she will, though.
Lasix.
Lasix.
Takes that myself.
You need more than fucking Lasix.
I do.
But like, in fairness now, her last run wasn't too bad in hindsight.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying. It wasn't too bad. Like
Le Petit Coucou. Beat her neck, giving her what? 8, 10 pounds?
9
pounds. She won the Prince of Wales first start of the season. She's had a nice break since. My thing, if she breaks out and goes to the front, that's her best chance. If she doesn't break out and go a gallop, you may as well call it off. If she gets out and goes, she'll have an unbelievable chance of winning this. It's not a strong race in the slightest. I get what you're saying with Warlike Goddess, but she has to step up as well. Her last 2 wins have been at 2 to 5 onward. She expected to bolt up. 17 to 20 on. She expected to win. Now she's coming against better horses, better rates than what she's ever.
Into Love there for a minute.
What?
Into Love there for a minute.
Into Love?
Yeah.
Look, I just think it's just typical Aidan O'Brien to get a horse like this back for one more day.
No, you're wrong. He does have one of those. It's not this one, though.
Yeah, he came out and said that he used the race at the Curragh. It was used as a prep for the Arc. It was a race for a prep for the Arc. So she's had a break since then. She didn't run in the Arc, obviously, because of the ground. And look, Jesus Christ, Stevie Wonder could have seen she was never going to run the Arc.
Why doesn't she? Does she not like soft ground?
She doesn't like getting her hooves wet for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I'm never going to let that go, lads. Never.
No.
Tom has never liked Love, and he's always going to say Love is going to get bet.
Be careful now saying she's beaten nothing now, Mr. Roy Allen.
On RPRs this year, she's a good bit ahead.
What? This shit
Just take RPRs.
Yes.
second I mention RPRs.
What has happened to you?
What
She's
has
a good bit
happened?
ahead of
Roy Allen,
Tom.
RPRs. What is
Of
going on?
Tom's weapon.
Next he be saying speed figures.
Of Tom's weapon. Some American yoke in weird silks, because they all wear weird silks with fucking crosses and bows and everything on.
It's a strange
She's
one.
ran one bad race this year, and that was in the Judmont that Mishriff won by 6 lengths or whatever. That was a bad race. The other races, she was beaten by the Derby winner, and Mishriff, she was beaten a length that day by Mishriff. So the form of the Judmont you can question. And then the race the last day, that filly is probably a grade 1 filly, I'd say. So giving her £9 and getting bet and nose is no mean feat. The only thing I worry about for Love is Ryan Moore, because if he drops her in, she won't win.
Hence why.
And he did it a load of times last year at whatever it was on last year. I don't know, or don't really care.
If you go and watch Jack Hayden's interview, literally from today or yesterday, he said she needs to set an even gallop. She needs an even gallop to go at. If not, she's stuttering.
I said at the start of the year, I thought the Breeders' Cup turf, not the filly and Mare Turf, would be Love's main target for the whole year. This is a way easier race. And the one I think is the danger to her is the French horse, Rougier.
That's shit.
I'll have a match bet with you now that the French horse will beat that American yak.
Oh, you're turning into Tom, and Tom is turning into you.
Yeah, match bet. So,
Grand, I'll take that.
Yeah.
What is a pint at Cheltenham?
Yeah.
Pint at Cheltenham, lovely. That's about 10 quid anyway. So,
can I get who you had taken? Love.
I would love. I'm back in Love, but I'm taking Rougier in the match bet.
Right, I'll get in this then. I'll throw in Love. Whoever finishes in the front, whoever finishes behind the worst in the 3 horses has to buy the points first round.
Yeah, you went the roundabout bad.
I went.
I don't know what way you went. I
went off the Cork.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Whoever comes last.
Whoever finishes last out of those 3 has to buy the other 2 points at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
What Tom said.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
10-20. You'll be on your second dream by now. We are going for the Breeders' Cup. That's true though.
Yep.
The opposite of Dave, actually. I'm going out in London to watch this, and I can't wait, lads. I love the Breeders' Cup, and I've always just sat at home to watch it, because where the hell would you go to watch the Breeders' Cup at that time of night around here? So I'm going to a proper racing place in London. Watch out! I'll put it on my social media. And
London.
In London, yeah, can't wait. Should be really good fun.
He's so going to have the American flag, you know, them Abraham Lincoln hats on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a classy establishment. That's all I'll say.
I was going to say something there on that one.
Yeah.
No, don't say it. No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
Nope.
Okay. Say it.
Strip club is not a classy establishment, Tom.
Won't be in any strip
clubs. In the corner watching the TV doesn't make it classy.
Oh wow! I'm glad you said watching TV.
Wow. Won't be in any strip clubs, Dave. I'm a married man now. Thank you very much.
Hence why you.
Is that not when you go to strip clubs?
That's when you start. Fucking married now. Anyway, 10-20 at Delmar. The Breeders' Cup. What's this? Group 1 over 1. Grade 1 over 1 mile. Why is it called grade over there in group?
Breeders' Cup mile.
I know.
They call tomatoes.
I know.
Paddy Toomey's horse. Pearls galore.
I need me read out the bloody.
The draw worries me, but I'm going for
Blues 5-2. Mufasa 6s. Mother Earth 7s. Blowout 11. I knew you were going to do it. I just knew it. Just go.
Pearls galore. She nearly did me a massive favor on Arc Weekend, but she's going to get her Group 1, Grade 1. Group 1.
So confusing.
It's very confusing. On Saturday, let's go. Billy Lee, Paddy Toomey, come on.
What's with that fisting?
I really want this horse to win a Group 1, Grade 1.
Jesus Christ. I just wanted to win a race. Tom, who are you packing? Don't say you're not going to have a bet in this race.
He's saying Pearls galore. I know he is.
No. I think I thought Pearls Galore's price compared to Space Blues was a bit out of sync. I'd rather be backing her than him. I'd rather back her each way than him to win. The draw is a concern. The one I'm going for here, lads, and this is the Aidan O'Brien horse that is going to bounce back this weekend. Mother Earth, lads. I am all over Mother Earth for this race. So tough and consistent.
Clipper's name.
You'd actually think she's by Galileo. She's not. She's by the great sire Zophany. I didn't hear what you said, Dave, and I'm just ignoring it, to be honest. But she went to Keeneland for the Breeders' Cup Fillies Turf last year and was pretty much second last all the way around and absolutely flew home down the outside, like properly flew home. The winner had gone, she'd set sail. She was gone a good bit clear. But that kind of showed that she could travel. She's been so tough and consistent all this year. She's literally ran in Group 1s all year, and she's been out of the first three once. That was behind Baid the last day at Ascot in the QE2. That was against horses like Baid, Palace Pier, the Reverend. There aren't any horses like that in this race. And to top that off as well, she was a bit keen. Ryan Moore took her back. She ended up last, and she went down to the rail and really stayed on very, very well. I want some part of the win bet on her, but I think the place bet is an absolute God-given, to be honest. And I'm mad keen on her. She's 7-1. I've seen 8-1 in the place, and yeah, she's probably my bet of the week each way in that, to be honest.
I can't get away from Space Blues at all. I know it's over a mile, but this is a tight track, a tight turner track. I think he'll get one hell of a tone to this race. He's in the form of his life. He won on ground that we all thought he wouldn't even go through at Longchamp on heavy ground. He beat Pearls Galore by 2 lengths. He brings that form here. I can see him being extremely hard to beat. I know 5-2 is not a great price. 7 furlong specials, as I said, but the mile wouldn't bother me around here. 3 races this season, so he hasn't had much racing at all. William Buick gets on unbelievably well with him. Charlie Appleby, look, he's an unbelievable trainer, and I think he wouldn't be running him here if he wasn't right if he hasn't recovered after Longchamp. Bar Mother Earth, who I'd be scared of, not scared of, but would be the one that given the most to do. It's not a great race. He has Pearl Galore's number on ground he didn't like. Master of the Seas is much of a muchness now. Peter Miller's horse, it looks 2 from 2 this season. I seen one of his races actually when I was watching it a few weeks ago. Won quite well. He needs to improve again, I think. But Space Blues, clear. I think he's clear on the figures. And I think the turn of pace he has around a track like this is going to be lethal for him. So I think Space Blues will be hard to beat with Mother Earth following home. And look, I probably think Pearls Galore will be there or thereabouts right now for third as well. But yeah, Space Blues will be one of my strong bets now in this. So yeah, Space Blues for me. Moving on to 11:40. You'll be getting up the train then, won't you?
No, I'll be still asleep.
Right. Breeders' Cup Turf. Group 1 over 1 mile 4. Tanawa is 7-4. Domestic spending is 5s. Tiona is 7s. Yabir is 9s. And 11-1 bigger the rest. Tanawa drawn in 13. Not a great stall for her, but if she's good enough, she'll win from there because it's not a strong race at all. What are we looking at? Is the draw totally against her, or is she good enough to overcome that?
I imagine she'll still win. She should do. The fact she went there last year and won as well, or traveled to America, wherever it was, I think she'll win anyway. The race is terrible.
It's an awful race. If she was drawn anything from 10 10 down, she's absolutely both up.
About 10 pounds on hand of everything.
She's miles better than the rest.
She should have won the arc as well.
Yeah. I just think if Colin Keane
is back on.
Colin Keane can get her in a good position after 3 furlongs. It's just a matter of when he pushes the button and she wins.
Saw the speed down the outside last year as well. So
look, she's so tactical aware or tactical versatile, ground versatile. She's a superstar mare. I still don't think she gets the credit she deserves. I can't see her being beat. Tom, what are you thinking?
Said I'm turning into Dave, and I think maybe I am. She's a God-given certainty, lads. Nap of the week, bolts up.
Well, that was easy. All in agreement. I think 7-4 is a great price.
Yeah, it is.
What beats her? Okay, she's drawn 13, right? But I'd rather, at least from there, he has
options.
He can slot in somewhere, right? She's got a turn of foot. We've seen that. And she definitely stays the trip. So if he gets out and he's nice and handy, happy days. If he has to slot in a bit, that's fine. You imagine they're going to go a gallop around here. And then you go through the field, right?
You have Domestic Spending, who was beat at 2-5 on last time. Form is nowhere near. She couldn't even, I was going to say lace Turnour's boots, but you know what I mean. Couldn't get anywhere near. Tiona is finally learning how to be a racehorse. She beat her.
That form's shit though. Like Tiona, like Snowfall's useless.
Yeah,
and she won a listed race before that. Yabir, like please, if Turnour can't beat Yabir, Walton Street has gone out and won in Woodbine and whatever. Well done, congratulations, but you're not doing it in the arc.
He's turning into you. He really is.
And then there are yucky American horses. Do you know what I'd actually do as well? Is take a punt on one of these. There's 3 of them in there. And Dave, your horse that you fancy for the arc is running Broom.
That was the outsider. Not a bad bet, actually.
No, there's Broom, Japan, and Mogul.
Yeah. I also got value on Sealaway.
Oh, look at that. Frankie's so good. He's riding Broom and Mogul.
Yeah, Sealaway was about 80-1 that day.
Mogul's a reserve, so he's not going to run. Yeah, lads, I don't know. At those prices as well, I wouldn't put it off having a couple of quid in Japan. It'd be a classic Japan thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, to be based or something. But like, because some of those, I'm keen to take on some of those behind her at the top of the market. I don't think some of those are the type of horses that will
want anybody back Japan.
They don't get within 2 lengths of Tanawa.
No. 5 lengths.
She's not going to win 5 lengths, but I think she'll win a couple of lengths, yeah. And so, fair play, I'm delighted to see Colin Keane is on.
+3?
5 lengths.
4.5.
5 lengths.
5 lengths.
Race around Delmar on good ground, good firm ground or whatever it is.
What did I say, Tom? I said 5 lengths.
Wow.
High expectations, Dave. High expectations.
Yeah.
She is that good. She is that good, though.
That's very good.
She's miles better than the rest.
I'm glad Colin Keane is back.
Like, her highest RPR is 139, and then you've 134, 132, 128, 133. She's miles clear. Miles clear. All she has to do is turn up. Congratulations, Colin Keane. You're just becoming a millionaire for riding in one race.
Deadly.
Anywho, we're moving on to the proper action. Over the jumps, and we are going to Wincanton 335, the elite hurdle, where the freak, the enigma, Dave's love child, Goshen, is set to make a return. So Royale is in at 11-8 after his win at Kempton. Goshen in a 5-2. Belfast Panther 7s. Christopher Wood is 8s. Soul Pretender 9s. And 10-1 Big Arrest. Dave, are we still in love with Goshen, or are we after falling out of love with the freak?
I wouldn't say I'm still in love with him, but I do think he'll win on Saturday. Gary Moore stable, I think it's the best form it's ever been in since he created a stable.
Banging in winners left, right, and centre.
And I think they're running him because the ground's going to be soft, and so Royale don't like soft ground.
This is true.
And the rest of them are useless. Belfast Panther is useless.
He's probably one of the worst Grade 1 winners ever. Still a Grade 1 winner, but still bad. Christopher Wood's a yak. So Pretender's a yak. Tikani's a yak.
Tom will probably put him up.
Hatcher's a chaser.
Petrostar.
Petrostar is.
I remember at one stage last year,
He
you and
looked
Tom,
okay.
tipped him, I think.
Yeah, he looked okay.
That was
Tom tipped him
awful.
up and made him shit.
Who?
Yeah.
I think that was the year before, actually.
Yeah, it was Miles. It
think
was
it
good
was
bit
year
back.
before.
Yeah,
What
both
horse
teams
is this?
It was like
Petrostar, I
it was
remember.
like it was at Cheltenham. It was like the first meeting of the year. Like,
Hold
wasn't
up,
it?
now have a look at it.
Who? Hatcher.
Both of you.
I've never heard of that horse before in my life.
You
Go down.
did. We did. We
Go
put
down,
it.
go down,
We
go
put
down.
it up for Chepstow last year.
You did go down, yeah. Chepstow.
Chepstow
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year.
There you go. Mac Fabulous won the race.
Bowled it up in a race in Port by 20 odd lengths on the bridle.
He both said it
Then he got beat by Mac Fabulous.
by 45 lengths.
We did put it up. I remember.
Oh, Petrostar. Yeah, I thought you were saying Hatcher.
See,
Doesn't listen. Just doesn't listen. How are you looking? He's still looking at the Breeders' Cup.
KCU.
Will there be enough rain?
He's going to win, Tom, isn't he?
He's going to win.
Who? A case of you?
Goshen.
Christ above.
Lads, I really do feel I'm turning to Dave, especially on this video. Goshen wins this, lads.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
He's a new
point.
job. He's married. He's a new fucking man. No stress.
This is Goshen like set and primed, I think. He's gone well first time out before. Gary Moore couldn't be in any better form. Wincanton should suit him.
Looks like he will get his own way up in front. The only other pace really is Hatcher.
He won't be able to keep up.
He won't be able to keep up with Goshen.
Oh.
Jamie is in unbelievable form. Gary's in unbelievable
Champion
form.
hurl bandwagon could be back.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know
get
what
carried
it is.
away. Don't get carried away. Don't be silly.
Hold
Dave.
up by 20 lengths. We're going to Cheltenham.
Imagine he wins it this year after last year's debacle.
Do you know what? It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but wouldn't it be funny?
But the whole thing about him and Cheltenham, I don't think it's.
He's just off his fucking rocker. Nothing to do with going left-handed. He's just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, Goshen wins. It's just nuts. Yeah, Goshen wins. Soraya was good last time. Yeah, Goshen. I'm going for Goshen. Everyone on Goshen?
Yep.
Good.
Free for Goshen, lads. Imagine you never thought you'd see that day on the finishing line.
This battery is blinking on that camera. That's not good.
Yeah, it's nearly done.
Right, moving on to Aintree quickly.
We better go quick.
Oh god.
Aintree 215. The Grand Sefton Handicap Chase over at National Fences. Cat Tiger 7-1. Caribbean Boy. Please don't run here at 8s. Time to get up at 8s. Senior Citizen. No, David Thomas back. At 9s. Atwa Phil at 10s. Hogan Heights at 10s. 14-1 big at the rest. Who wins? David O'Keefe.
If Caribbean Boy runs, I'd be interested in him first run of the season. I think is the time to back him. But Hogan's Height, the winner last year, jumped around the fences.
Literally turned into each other.
Jumped around the fences twice, and usually on those Aintree fences, it's horses that have been there and done it come back and do it again the following year.
Tom, Hogan
Yeah,
Heights.
echo what Dave said. Won this in 2019, absolutely bolted up. That was off 134. He went up in the weights. He's now down to 138. Jamie Snowden's team are in good form. He's had lots of winners. Well, he's had 3 winners out of 12 the last 14 days and a good few placed horses. I think 10-1 is a crack in each way about him.
I'm going to go with 5-star Getaway. Big improver last season. 1, 2, 3 in a row by good lengths and work on that. Can you still hear us, Tom?
I can still hear you. You are frozen though.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Yeah, we're frozen, but we're still here.
We're still here. Hold on.
Can I still hear you? I can still hear you. Just can't see anything now. You're just blank.
Yeah, see, that makes it look like we're still here. But anyway, yeah, I think 5-star Getaway.
Look at me for the next 10 minutes. It'd be absolutely fine, guys.
It'd be grand.
Looking well.
Yeah, 5-star Getaway. As I was saying, a big improver last season. Had a nice pipe opener behind Painted Dreams. Went from a rating of 94 up to 135. Has been dropped back down to 130. So that would bring him into the equation here. Carries 10 stone 8, 16 to 1. He's around. I think he's a good each way price if he takes it. Another one is high up in the air for Gary Moore, another big improver last season. The thing with him, he looks like he needs his first run every season. But to change tactics with him last season to make him into a front runner, and he seems to love and attacks his fences. I can't see the fences at Aintree being a problem to him. So high up in the air and 5-star getaway each way for me in this. 320. The Betway hurdle over 2 mile 4. We have the return of Dusart at 94. Brewing Up a Storm at 3s. Somerville Boy at 92. Wild About Oscar at 6s. Lisnagar Oscar at 8s. If the cap fits, 10s. Martello Sky at 10s. And 14 to 1. Bigger the rest. Tom, where are you going with this one?
I'm going for another outsider here. If the cap fits. Harry Fry, another trainer in fantastic form to start this season. This horse hated fences last year. Just didn't jump well enough at all. Still managed to win his seasonal reappearance, as he has done for the last couple of years. Indeed, he's only lost once on his seasonal reappearance, and that was against a Vidana Blue, who's given weight to. So I am pretty keen on him, his chances back over hurdles, to be honest. And I think 10 to 1 is a decent price.
David?
Dusard really disappointed me at Aintree last year when he couldn't win that grade 1, which was a bad grade 1. But he had been off a long time and had issues. I would like to see him win and maybe go on towards something like Stayers Hurdle horse, maybe, perhaps. Oh, look.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Aye, aye.
And you can see this there.
Back up, camera.
Look at his arms.
Take my strong hand.
So I would like to see him run well.
Oh, that camera's awful.
He does worry me. And one I think will run well at a bigger price, surprisingly, is the Bryony Frost horse, Martello Sky, Lucy Wadham's mare. She's probably going to be overlooked, but she's a very good horse.
You're a changed man, David O'Keefe. Changed man.
He is. I don't like it. Bryony Frost, Frankie Dettori, RPRs.
I don't like Frankie.
What is going on?
Lads, I thought I'd break it to you next week, but I might as well say it to you now when this is
saying
on.
this now, so there's witnesses.
Have you? Well, you haven't heard. I said I'd break it to you on the show next week, but talk of jockey bookings for Shona next Friday.
Oh God,
you know it, Dave.
It's not Bryony. Oh, you're serious, aren't you?
Why is Rachel not on her?
Take the piss. Your face has just dropped.
You know what? I wouldn't mean the worst thing in the world.
What? Who are you and what have you done with
But
Dave?
see, what I'm telling you is all she's able to do is go from the front. And that's what I want Shona to do. That would have been perfect, to be quite honest.
No one.
I think she would actually suit Shona, actually.
Bryony would Bryony
Brendan would suit Shona.
Shona. She would. Because front runner. That's all she's able to win on, front runners.
Right, so my selection of this is Somerville Boy, and never thought I'd say that in the month of Sunday. He has a good record fresh. He's a 2 mile 4 horse out and out. This is the kind of race that he will win. He's kind of starter of the season, yucky grade 2s or whatever it is. You can just see him popping up and winning.
No,
Brewing Up a Storm, I wouldn't back him a counterfeit money now at this stage. He's fucking dope.
None of them Ollie Murphy horses are able to jump. None of them.
They're not. I don't.
It's like he's training them with blocks on their legs.
It's like Ronaldo trying to run.
Okay,
yeah. Oh, once we take them off, they'll be able to jump.
They're
faster.
Just cannot jump.
Okay, let's keep doing.
What's that other one? Thomas Darby. Oh my God!
If anyone ever backs him again,
this thing is able to jump better than that horse.
There's a hurdle. Jump it.
Jesus! He's not able to jump.
He just on a shamblu. Who's tired? Poor Shamblu's gone now till spring.
I'm surprised he's fucking traumatized.
I'm surprised there's still an imprint in the ground of his forward. at Wincanton.
Where are we going now?
Liverpool are 2-0 up, and Atletico have had a red card. Happy days.
Hardly a surprise.
Oh, that's going to be like 6-0. Yeah, so I think Somerville by 92 is a decent bet in this one. Now, we're coming over to shores closer to us and up to Naas for the 120.
Navan.
Naas, yeah. Fuck
Nice.
Are we going to Naas as well?
Naas.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Doesn't read text, no.
No.
120, the Poplar Square Grade 3 chase over 2 miles.
Where do they get the names for all these things?
This is the one that Absolute Tom used to start off in, isn't it?
Yep, and lose all the
Castle
time.
Grace Paddy used to beat me, no?
No, because that usually on a Sunday.
Is that the day after that? Okay. We have Felix Kaboom is back over fences. God bless him. May we all say his prayers that he makes it over fences. Andy D is back. Oh, Captain Guinness, you will repay me one day. Darver Star, Rebel Gold, Chiquinta? No, that's not even. No,
Chuganaga, yeah.
where am I getting
Shunagaya.
Shunagaya, there you go, Tom. Good lad.
Wow.
Right. Captain Guinness. Oh, mother of God. And when I seen him out in Henry's, like, I went from that to you owe me.
If Captain Guinness can't win this, they may as well just get rid of him.
Send him back over hurdles.
Yep. Has to win it.
Look,
It worries me why they keep putting Felix Deji on a race course. Never mind over
They
fences.
must just not like
But on a race course.
They take all their anger of losing Roy Allen out on him.
But
Poor
when they
bastard.
put him on a race
He's
course,
the Roy Allen now of Gordon Ellis. He's in the corner now with Sam Crow's old rogues on him.
when they put him on a race
That's what-
course, it's dangerous. And hurdles are dangerous enough.
I don't know
But
why
when
I'm
they
worried more
keep
for.
doing this to this horse, like this fella Sham Blue multiplied by 10.
You're more worried for Jack Kennedy.
I wouldn't ride that thing. If I was a professional jockey, I would not
I'd
ride
be like,
that horse.
And Dave, that's saying a lot now coming from you.
Yeah. I would point blank refuse. You know what
No.
I say? I say, Big Gordo, hope you get son.
He's still. Oh God. I was going to say something there. Might get us in trouble, but I won't.
No, we'll cut that now.
Davey going to walk in on a Monday. He walked in Monday. No, is it Jack or Davey's going? We don't even know.
Oh, Davy's
What?
Davy's had to break his neck enough times
Oh.
to know not to ride this show.
Jack walked in on
Do
a
you know
Monday.
what's going to happen? Poor Jordan Gainford is going to get stuck with it.
Jack walked in on a Monday morning, this Monday morning, and that thing was in the entries. And he goes to Gordo, there's your porridge now for the week.
No. Do you know
Few
what he-
pounds off you so he can ride that thing on Saturday.
Oh, do you know what he does? He goes down to Wexford. He's 2 rides in Wexford. Fuck that and gets suspended for Saturday.
Yeah,
bang.
Came down with a bug and he's
Oh.
back out Sunday then.
Suspended. Ah, I was so looking forward to riding Felix Kaboom.
Yeah, Captain Guinness.
Tom?
Yeah, I'd go for Captain Guinness as well. Some pretty good novice form in fairness to him when he stood up. Yeah, Henry's stable ticking away. It'd be interesting to see how some of these run now, but
It's November.
His falls and unseats were just stupid things.
It's
He's
really
like-
novelty
He's
mistakes.
just a thick horse, isn't he? Like
Mm.
he's stupid. Like
He must have the Supreme when he got taken
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
I'm meant to do. Not bolt up. Fall.
yeah, he's got a lot of talent in fairness to him. So
He goes
yeah,
in.
I'd
Remember when
give him a good
horse.
chance.
And it might actually, that other lunatic going out in front might suit him because he might actually race behind the bridle then.
No, he'll try to catch him.
He won't. Well, if he does, there'll be 2 fallers.
You were like that. Who's the horse that went on the gallows biting pigeons?
George Washington. He used to bite everything.
Okay, that's not the horse. Anyway, we are last 2 races moving on to Sunday, and now we are going to Navan. And the 2 mile 4 Liz Model Hurdle, a grade 2. We have Abracadabra Alakazoom is back. Flooring Porter, Grand Wa, Sam's Profile, Sir de Boer, Slow de Burley, Durasso, Nibbler's Charm, The Jam Man, Minx Tiara, Mrs. Milner, and Royal Kahala. Is that about race?
Remember that Grand Roy? Everybody and their mother had him back for the county hurdle or whatever race it was last year. He's absolutely useless.
Decided not to be a racehorse.
He's useless.
Remember when everyone thought Abracadabra was going to win Champion Hurdle?
Yeah.
Then he went, I'm off the bridle, I'm getting sick. What the hell?
Few people did that, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I think Sarah Burley will win. And
That's the first time you've ever said that.
it is the first time I've ever said that, but look who he's up against.
I think Mrs. Milner will win.
Oh, yeah, she's race fitness. Yeah. Abracadabra, Alakazam. No, thank you. Florian Porter, he's just a fucking nutcase.
And then Mrs. Milner has
Yeah,
has
I
already
changed
ran.
my mind. Unchanged my
has
mind.
already ran, and I think she's actually quite a good mare.
Her jumping was quite impressive the last day. Was it Cork or somewhere like that?
Yeah, hard to give her £12 now.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm only looking at this race right now. I haven't looked at it yet.
That's some good studying.
Jesus Christ, fuck you. You didn't even know we were going to Naas. Yeah. Yeah, she beat that yak, the Boss's Oscar.
Her form is progressive.
Is going to win. She fell behind him and out. But yeah, the hell with it. Mrs. Milner. That's who I'm going to go for. Sorry, Tom.
I'm going to take on. I did have a good look at Mrs. Milner, and the race fitness is a positive for her. I just think she saves her best form for, well, not even saves it. I just think she improves when she goes to Cheltenham. If you look at her Irish form, it's average. It's bang average, to be fair.
So is Sarda Barley's before you say him.
It's better than hers. It's way
I knew you were going to say
Shot
him.
to the heart.
You just can't leave this horse go, can you?
No, it's way better than hers. Now, this lad can go okay fresh. It is hard to tell how good he was going to go fresh because some of those races
his horse was born off the bridle.
They had to drag it out of the womb.
Genuinely, like.
Abracadabras, Alakazam, or whatever his name is. I'd never back him in a race ever. Flora and Porter, I'm really interested for, but for later in the season. Gavin Cromwell's stable aren't in good form. They seem to all need a run. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Cider early.
Good. I'm glad you didn't move from your principles. So 2 for Mrs. Milner and 1 for Sada Burley. 145 and 4. I can never say Fortria Chase. Easy game. Notebook. Felix Kaboom is in here as well. Sam Crow, Hardline, Bridge Native, My Heart, Make My Heart Fly, and Kitty Galore. So I think we can take Felix DG out of this. So you're left with Easy Game, Notebook, Sam Crow, Hardline, and 3 other yokes. Tom, enlighten us.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
This was the last race I looked at, and I thought it was bloody difficult, to be honest. And the one I'd probably go with is Hardline. This lad could bounce to the moon and back. 364 days off he was, and he ran a blinder at Goshen behind Royal Rendezvous. If he was back that up here, I'd give him a good chance. Sam Crow, you just never know what the story is. I have a little theory with Sam Crow as well for this season. He's rated 155 now over fences, and I wonder, could we see Sam Crow in a handicap at Cheltenham?
We will, but he'll be backwards.
He'll be still last.
If he got down to 150, I know he'd have to get lower to that for the UK mark, but that's my little theory with Sam Crow for this year. So
He's gone, Tom. He's gone.
He is. I'm not saying I'd back him. I just think that might be their plan, is down a couple of pounds and into a handicap channel.
I think
because he's not going to win anything, is he? He's not going to go and I can't see him go and win the bloody Ryanair or anything. Like, what's he going to win?
The engine is gone, the legs are gone, the heart is gone, the drugs are gone. I mean,
bring him back to Close Brothers or something. I don't know what rating that goes up to. Actually, that might not be suitable.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Easy Game wins his time of the season. He picks up races like this every year. He was going to win at Goshen last day in the race. The Harlem was second until I can't remember who was on him.
Before
Brian Hayes
everyone goes
taking-
mental, sorry, I'm just going to correct myself. The Close Brothers is a novice handicap chase. So you can't.
Yeah, easy game. He was coming there. I think he was going to win till Brian Hayes decided to go up the side of a horse that was jumping to his right the whole way around. Made no sense to me. But anyway, I think he'll win this. This time of year, it's the races he wins. I just think he wins. Sam Crow, it's just not Sam Crow anymore. Notebook for all purposes. We think he's going to go up in distance this season to avoid all the big boys. Hardline would have a chance if he doesn't bounce, as Tom would say, and the other three left there are just not in the same league as the rest of them. So to me, easy game wins. Now, where are we? We are going.
I pick Notebook for what it's worth.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Yeah.
He's not talking to me now.
He's turned away.
He's out with me. Right. Why'd you pick Notebook? One then.
He ran well in his first run last season. He beat that other lunatic, Fakir Dewdery. And yeah, I just think it's a bad race. Hardline have a chance, but I reckon he won't run as well as he did the last day. Easy game. He wants 2 mile 4.
Yeah, possibly. But anyway, we are going on now to our naps and next best for this week. Tom, your nap and next best, please, good man.
My nap after what I said about it's got to be Tarnawa. And then my next best is going to be Mother Earth each way.
Dave?
Nap is Tarnawa, and next best is Glass Slippers.
My nap is Tanawa. My next best is Goshen.
Nice. Good call.
I was going to say Space Blues, but I'm going to stick to the jump.
Space Blues.
Right. Last bit. Delay of the week. Who are we taking on?
Come to be last on this now.
Okay. I will go second then. Dave, who are you taking on this week?
At Doncaster, 205 on the flat. Kings Lynn, because he just does not know how to win. And Tom loves him and he'll back him again, but something.
I backed him already. I backed him 5-1 earlier in the week. Yeah, I backed him.
Something will
He owes you big time.
Something will beat that horse. Maybe Dakota Gold, it's his time of year. He always pops up and wins another listed race, but I would not back that horse with anyone's money.
Where am I going with my one? I am. My lay of the week is Golden Pal in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint.
Yeah, he's a fool as well.
5-2. Won't go near him at that price. Tom.
My lay at the prices, anyway, especially, is going to be So Royal. I think you've got Goshen to take him on. I actually think you've got Belfast Banter to take him on a bit as well. I'm keen to take that horse on anyway, especially at 11-8, even money kind of job, whatever he was.
Cool. Right, so that is done for. I don't even know what camera I'm looking into now. God, this is a shit camera. We are back on Sunday for another episode of Talking Points at 8 o'clock, where we'll go over everything that happened in the Breeders' Cup and jumps from Naas, Navan, and Wincanton and Aintree. So until then, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Breeders' Cup. Tom, don't get too drunk in London, and we will see you Wednesday. And then we'll see you Friday. But until then, everyone have a good weekend, and we will see you Sunday live at 8 o'clock for Talking Points.